Hi, family. It is African Osorenko, and I hope that you all are doing well. Please, family, as you come into the video and watch, please like, share, and subscribe the video. That would be so much appreciated by us. And family, we really appreciate our subscribers and we definitely appreciate you and love you guys. We really appreciate our new subscribers. We welcome you to the room and we hope that you will stay with us. So, family, I am coming to you today to talk about a young man, a young um, Black American man named Carmelo Anthony. Mr. Carmelo Anthony right now is being held with $1 million bond because um, allegedly he unalived a teammate. Now I'm going to read a little bit about the information from a local news article, and then I am going to give my commentary on this situation. Okay, so just give me 1 second. All right. So it says Carmelo Anthony's family breaks silence, heartbroken over fatal stabbing of Frisco student. The family of the 17-year-old suspect, allegedly charged with murder in the stabbing death of a Frisco ISD student athlete, has broken their silence. Carmelo Anthony remained in police custody on a $1 million bond Monday in the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet on April 2nd. In a statement released Monday, April 7th, by the Anthony family's attorneys, they expressed sadness that a life was lost, and the Anthony family offered their condolences and prayers to the family of Metcalf. This will certainly be a long road ahead, and during this challenging time, we ask for prayers for both families and we ask for your patience and respect for the legal process, and we seek the truth. The statement read in part. Defense attorneys Billy Clark and Kim Cole said they are committed to making sure Anthony is given a fair trial and are seeking a reduction of Anthony's excessive $1 million bond. The fatal stabbing at a Frisco track meet, the incident happened around 10 a.m. Wednesday, April 2nd, during a track meet at Coy Kendall Stadium. The Frisco Police Department said an altercation between two students, identified as Metcalf and Anthony, resulted in Anthony stabbing Metcalf in the chest. Police said by the time officers arrived at the scene, Metcalf was unconscious and not breathing. Multiple Frisco ISD athletic trainers performed CPR according to the arrest affidavit. Metcalf was transported to the hospital and pronounced unalive shortly after he arrived, the affidavit said. Anthony complied with officers and was taken into police custody. According to witnesses, Metcalf and Anthony didn't know each other. One witness said they were with Metcalf under their school's tent during the track meet when someone they didn't know, identified as Anthony, came over to them. The witness said Metcalf told Anthony to leave. I'm sorry. The witness said Metcalf told Anthony to leave or he was going to make him leave. Anthony Anthony allegedly grabbed his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happens." A witness said Metcalf grabbed Anthony, and another witness said, uh, oh yeah, uh, the witness said Metcalf grabbed Anthony. Police said that's when Anthony pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest and ran away. The victim's brother, Hunter Metcalf, was reportedly trying to save Metcalf's life before emergency responders arrived. He told me, "I looked at him, his eyes, he was gone. He wasn't breathing," said the brother Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf. Once the arresting officer said, "I have the alleged suspect in custody," Anthony reportedly, allegedly told the officer, it's not alleged. I did it." Okay, so I'm going to stop there, family. And let me say this, okay? It is unfortunate that this young man um, met his demise, in this tragic manner and at such an early age. Now, what they are trying to do is paint this young man, I'm talking about the victim, as an innocent bystander. He wasn't, doing anything. Let's paint a real truer picture of this incident. Often we know that Caucasian males are very aggressive, especially when they are the majority. Okay, so at this meet, they were the majority. Not only that, witnesses have said and stepped up and said that the two brothers, the Metcalf brothers, were aggressive, period, and were bullies. Okay, and so they saw this young man, Mr. Anthony, the young man, Mr. Anthony, and they thought it was an opportunity to bully this young man, allegedly. Okay, allegedly, because it was alleged by witnesses. And, you know, um, this young man, there was a video that came out, another video of a different meet. And there was this young man, Mr. Anthony, and then there was a group of Caucasian young men. And Mr. Anthony was sitting down with his friend, and another Caucasian male, wasn't one of the Metcalf young men, but another Caucasian young male came over and, you know, got, he wanted him to move. You see, family, ever since the civil rights became relevant, and we were not we didn't have to get up and move out of seats for Caucasian people, there has been a huge push in or pushback against uh, our civil rights. This young man was sitting in an area. Now, if it was an area he was not supposed to be sitting in, why didn't the young man go get a coach, one of the coaches or staff? It's because allegedly he was a bully, and he felt that um, possibly, he could make Mr. Anthony move himself. Often, family, we have so many issues of uh, young people, children, and youth, adolescents being bullied and attacked by aggressors. I've worked at public schools before, or with in conjunction with public schools, and have seen it myself. And I had children that I raised. And often the school does nothing to stop the bullies, especially depending on maybe who the parents are, or are they friends with the parents, or just, these are just well known bullies sometimes, and the school doesn't take a proactive role in disciplining the youth that is doing the bullying. And it is often to the detriment of the other students. And I have seen this myself, family, whereas the bully or bullies are not reprimanded by the school, uh, but the people that are being bullied are often reprimanded instead. And I don't know if that is what happened in this situation. I'm just saying that I have been prevalent to see that firsthand for myself, okay? And had to, say, well, I mean, that's not right. It's not fair. Why would we, support the bully? Because often what happens is these young people that are being bullied go and commit suicide of themselves, hurt themselves, um, all kinds of things. They have mental health issues because they are being berated on a daily basis. It's not fair and it's not right. And so I really think that in this particular instance, when it comes out, that we're going to find out that, possibly this was the case. And I think that the schools should be held responsible. Because it is ridiculous now. It really is for young people to have to go to school and be berated. And they can't even focus on their education because they're often afraid. And often they don't tell their parents, or they don't tell the teachers because they're afraid of retaliation. However, staff usually knows. Um, and I'm not saying in this case they did or not, but in the video I was referring to earlier, the young man did the young man did there was uh a staff that was there were a couple that was standing by in the in the video that was showed from an earlier time frame. And none of them, all Caucasian men, none of them said one word. And then even the young man who was trying to bully him, the dad came over and like got in his face. And this is Mr. Anthony. This was a different video somebody brought out from another time, which wasn't like too long before this. To show that the young man was being bullied by even parents that, you know, come in and see what's happening and do nothing. Family, it's sad. It's very sad. And this needs to stop. And it's the responsibility of parents and of the schools, okay? Because unfortunately, this, you know, is not the first time something like this has happened. Somebody being bullied and berated daily, and they protect themselves because they're being attacked physically, emotionally, verbally, and then some another youth ends up unalive. You know, We really have to do something about that. And we know from seeing many, many videos on top of videos, on top of news broadcasts, that the Caucasian community has a problem, an issue that it needs to deal with. And not only as far as racism, but as far as bullying, because it just is what it is. I'm not saying that there are not bullies in the Black community, because there are. But we know that the ones in the Caucasian community go unchecked. And it's sad. It's terrible. So it's unfortunate. However, parents have to start teaching their children to stop bullying, to stop berating, to stop attacking. Parents, please teach your children that, so that these kinds of situations, you know, become less and even cease and are not occurring. So, family, I thank you so much for joining me today for the video. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed Tuesday, and please take care. Love to all of you and your family, and thanks, family. Have a blessed one. Bye bye. Peace, love, and blessings.